to really, it's just some great significance that's going on with this fast. I know it's a 25-day fast. I think today might be day 14. I think it is. And so then that means it's like 11 more days. And, Sharika was talking about last night and making mention of the things that, she was like dealing with. It's at the halfway mark. And so it was like a lot of different temptations and stuff that's coming up. And I chuckle. I think that's just part of it. I really do. I really believe that that's part of it. And, and really just staying focused on being committed to it. It's from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's just drinking water. I mean, you get to eat whatever you want after that. It's only like, that's allowing yourself like one meal a day. I mean, you can catch a snack at 7 p.m. if you want to. If you eat at 3, or either eat supper, you can catch a snack. I mean, it's all good. It ain't no, it's not really that much of a biggie, but it has such great significance. And I'm going to keep reiterating this to y'all. I'm serious. If you don't have control over hamburger meat, you not going to have control over the enemy. You are not. I don't care how much victory you try to convince your mind that you got. You are not living but a little bit of trinklet of what God has for you if you do not get rid of those generational curses, if you do not get rid of those enemies that are against your soul. And this kind go but by fasting and prayer. This kind that has literally trapped people's lives. This kind that has kept people in poverty. This kind that has brought cancers and sickness and diseases on people. This kind is the kind that go by fasting and prayer. So you can think that now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. You can count on that if you want to. That is a good elementary prayer. It has significance. I wouldn't dare not say it's not valuable, but I'm going to tell you something. It don't stand against the rankings of the enemy that is coming against your soul, the one that is trying to take your family out, the one that is trying to keep you in a situation of bondage, the one that is literally trying to tear your brain down, the one that's trying to destroy your children, the one that's trying to destroy your grandchildren. That ain't gonna cut it. You gonna have to do something with that table. You gonna have to push that plate away. You gonna have to find yourself committed to the cause. You gonna have to find yourself part of the body. You can't be part of the body and not flow as the body is flowing. If the body is going to the left, what you look like going to the right. If the body is going to the right, what you look like going to the left. That automatically lets you know you're not part of the body. So you got to. It is imperative. You have to. I don't care how much you get tired of me saying it and how much you don't like it. It ain't nothing but the defiancy on the inside of you. It's nothing but the part of you that will not surrender. It's nothing but the part of you that is disobedient. That's the part that's getting aggravated. It don't like it. The part that I'm going to do my own thing and wonder why you still stay in bondage and wondering why you still struggling so much. This is 25 days of significancy. I mean, significant. There are things that are being prayed, and I know a lot of you are not. Tiffany, actually, we got in this fasting. It's the year of the bride. It is one the Lord gave Tiffany Montgomery, prophetess Tiffany Montgomery, to head up, and we have come under this and submerged ourselves into this to be a part of it. And so what's happening is every day she's going live on YouTube every evening, and she's dropping a word of the Lord. I know many of you probably haven't even been listening to it, watching it, because I've been hollering for years. Listen, y'all need to get up and get you something going in the morning time. Get yourself going when you're getting dressed. You need to put you on somebody that can get your day started, get you stimulated, get your faith and your inspiration, your motivation and your encouragement going. I know many of you don't do that. You don't. Most of you probably jump up going to Facebook to try to see what was going on with somebody, who said this and who shot the sheriff and all this, what you can piece together and investigate, which is not helping you at all. But every day there has been a word during this fast that has been dropped, and they actually been taking communion every day as well. These are intricate and significant things that will help your life. You got to care about your life. You better not be banking on riding on me now. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to tell you again, and I'm telling you till you face. You better not be banking on riding on me. God has called me to pastor. God has even called me to be an apostle of things, which means I will establish certain things. But you better not be right. Think you going to ride on my back and you going to get in. Now, listen, baby, you better fight for your children. You better fight for your marriage. You better put your dukes up. I'll give you some training on what you can do and give you some insight, but you better put your dukes up, because I'm over here fighting to break some generational curses off of my family. I'm over here coming against the enemy that's trying to keep women single in my family, that's trying to cause us to be hard like men. The devil is a lie. And I'm over here battling with things that are trying to keep anger in my family, where the women are bitter and they are angry and trying to make sure that it don't get in me. The devil is a lie. You better figure out what it is about your people and what it is that you need to do, and take the strategies that you see me give and start putting your dukes up. Because if you think you're going to ride in on me, my family ain't your family. What I'm standing for God for, it may not be your situation. What I'm believing God for, see, I'm breaking the back of poverty, which means, look, we're not going to be sitting up in here struggling, trying to figure out how we going to pay bills, how we going to live. These are the things I'm after. I'm after the fact that, hey, look, man, I'm going on 18 years of being single. I'm sick of this. I'm going after that. I'm not going to be a bitter woman that has a problem with men. I'm going after that. I'm not going to be a gossiping woman. I'm going after that. I am not going to be a backbiting woman. I'm going to be people friends for real. I'm going after that. So I don't know what you got to go after, but I'm telling you what I am going after and what I am using this for. So if you think you're going to ride my back, well, I see you going down the river. That's all I can tell you. And let me know how that turned out for you. Let me know how that worked for you. I got my back fixed from having to carry a whole bunch of folk. That literally separated parts of my spine from running around here carrying folks. I really do believe that that was significant. I really believe that that's why I ended up going through a lot of that, what I went through. Going around here carrying people. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't mind assisting people. I will help you in any way, but you going to carry your load. You going to carry your load. You going to carry your load. I didn't think preachers were supposed to say that. I didn't think preachers were supposed to do that. I thought a preacher was supposed to see that's what you get for thinking and not knowing. You need to educate yourself and find out the truth about things. Jesus Christ ain't even going to carry your load. Now then, did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? Let me make it plain for you. He's not going to even carry your load. You going to have to go to Calvary. You literally going to have to go to Calvary, which means, must Jesus bear this cross alone and all the world go free? No. Surely if there's a cross for Jesus, there's one for little Delphine Lee. And baby, she been bearing that cross. Another situation. You going to be at the judgment. I'm going to be at the judgment. Jesus is the example. He's the way, the truth, and the life that shows us how to do it. But you going to have to do something yourself. So if you know what I'm saying, just defiantly and just making decisions that you're not going to be part of the team and what's going on, she'll be coming around the mountain. When she come, I see you going on down here. Hey, look, I love you. You going to hear me say that. I love you. Yeah, about all I can do. You know, that's about all I can do. I'm telling you, I told y'all ain't finna kill me. I haven't enjoyed all the rest of my life yet. No. Every day, as Tiffany is on YouTube. Every day, you can take the time like I do. You know, I told Sharika tell you this morning. She was, be in her talk for a minute this morning. I said, hey, look, I got to go. I got to get my word in, and hung up. And turned that speaker on loud and put that what she prayed last night, because I didn't see it last night. Turned it on and listened to it this morning completely. Sure did. To be able to get the word, because I am in covenant with this fast. This is the year of the bride fast. This fast is for singles that want to be married. This fast is for married people that's having struggles. This fast is for tearing down them generational curses that's literally trying to destroy, trying to cause, all type of hardship. And you think I'm finna play with that? The devil is a lie. I ain't got time. My money ain't where I want it to be, y'all. My money ain't where I want it to be. And I got a God that owns a cattle of 1,000 hills. And I need all 1,000 of them. I got to inherit to all 1,000 of them. So I want myself to be, no matter where I step in this world, I'm good. If I'm in Paris, I'm good. If I go to Switzerland, I'm good. If I'm in Cancun, I'm good. Yeah. Why? Because I need access to all of them. I don't want to just be good in one place. I need to be good everywhere. I need to be good everywhere. So I got some things I'm targeting, and I would advise you to do what you need to do. Grow up. You ain't gonna ride my back now. I'm sorry. 25-day fast. 25-day. Period. I think it was day 14 today, if I'm not mistaken, because I think what I watched last night was day 13, so that means it'd be 14 today. So it'd be 11 more days. So I'm sorry if the collard greens, if the peas, if the processed food and all is more important than God. That's on you, baby. That's on you. It ain't more important to me. That's all I can tell you. 1 Samuel chapter 3. 1 Samuel chapter 3. And I'm going to talk about it some more so you can get ready. So if you aggravated with it now, you really going to be aggravated, because I'm going to stay right on point and on task with it. Because I want the victory. 1 Samuel chapter 3. 1 Samuel chapter 3. This here is talking about Samuel and Eli. It's talking about Samuel. It's talking about Samuel and Eli. Hey, who is that don't have their phone on mute? Somebody don't have their phone on mute. Who is that? I don't even want to have to look for you. I just want you to hear me, have enough respect, and put your phone on mute. That's all I want. I don't even feel like looking for you. 1 Samuel chapter 3. I'm going to put the other posse on here to look for you. They'll scout you out, baby. You'll start getting all kind of text messages and stuff. 1 Samuel chapter 3. All right, this here is talking about Samuel and Eli. If you understand the context or know the history of Samuel, some of it that I know, I don't confess to know everything, but some of it, what I know is Samuel is the child that Hannah ends up birthing. He is the child that she ends up getting because the scripture called her barren. And so she goes in the presence of the Lord. She's in the temple and she is crying, literally, bawling, and she's believing God for this child, wanting this child. Now, it is amazing how powerful just doing what you need to do can get results for you. I'm back on it again. I'm telling y'all again, because I know it's some shucking and jiving somewhere with the fasting, and I don't like it, because you can't be part of what we got going on and not do what you're supposed to do. You literally become a stumbling block. You become a hindrance to what's going on. At least be bold enough to be honest and tell the truth, to say, look, I'm not, in participation or whatever the case may be, so I can push you to the side, because I don't want anything stopping the momentum of what's going on. I take this serious. Y'all can play with your life. You can play with all kinds of stuff all you want. I don't play with this. I've come to a realization that this is serious right here. You don't have your spiritual life intact. Your life ain't about nothing. It'll kill you. Your spiritual life is everything. You wonder why people out here defeated now. Their spirit ain't right. Their spirit life is not intact where it's supposed to be. Your natural life ain't nothing without your spirit life. Why you think they got a bunch of money and killing themselves? Their spirit life ain't intact. You don't have victory in your spirit. Your natural life is nothing. It's nothing. You got to win it internally. I don't play with this. It has become real to me. It has become real to me, so I don't play with it. If you ever see anything we got going on that you're not going to participate in, I will respect your decision to not participate in it. But I want you to respect me enough to tell the truth about it and get your butt on somewhere. Step to the side. Don't pretend. That pretending stuff is what'll get us. Don't pretend like Jonah did. He pretended he was with them people on that ship and caused a great storm to have to come and caused all kind of chaos for them people. See, I want y'all to see just how dangerous being a liar is. I want you to see just how dangerous of not being a team player is. I'm going to drill it. Yes, I am, because it's very dangerous. A little leaven can leaven the whole lump. You got to see that. Because if you don't make people cognitive of that, make them alert and aware of that, they'll keep doing them little simple, stupid things that will cause a lot of problems, and it will mess up the way things are going. It will damage the flow. Do you not understand that Ananias and Sapphira literally were in a conglomerate of where they were selling some things, and Ananias and Sapphira decided they would tell a lie about what they had done sold and what they had gathered off of what they sold. Abidal just messed up everything. I mean, messed it, and they end up dying behind it. Y'all better see the seriousness of this. When God calls what is called a solemn fast, a solemn fast. Look it up if you need to. A solemn, you need to increase your vocabulary anyway. A solemn fast. Stop relying on people to do things for you. Learn to do things for yourself. A solemn fast. Keep you, I done told y'all, keep two things with you all the time. Keep a garbage can with you and keep Google with you. Keep a garbage can to throw away bull crap when it comes. Because I throw away a lot of stuff. People say, I put it in the garbage can, throw it away. And keep Google with you so you can look up some words and educate yourself. So you know what people saying when they talking. Don't try to pretend like you understood what them folk was saying and you didn't know. Say, give me just 1 second. Hit Google, look that word up so you can get a clarity of what they saying. Because they might be saying something good that you need. Or they might be calling you an idiot behind your back. But at least you know. Because you done looked it up to see what the deal is. It's a solemn, God calls a solemn fast. When he does this type stuff, it is for everybody to be a part of it. You have to, I'm telling you, watch that slick stuff, man. Watch them little subtle lies. Watch the parts of you that are just not it's not in compliance like it need to be. Watch that stuff. That stuff is no good. This is the kind of stuff that most people are afraid to tell their people because they're afraid to lose them. They're afraid that they're going to leave. I ain't scared, man. I'm going to tell you the truth just so you'll know what's actually going on. Watch that stuff. If the people say, listen, they give you 3 instructions and you find yourself wanting to fight against the 3 instructions, that's some defiancy that's in there. That's some defiancy, and that little leaven will leaven the whole lump. If you see as to where you can do it better than what they said, or you have a better shortcut at what they said, why not talk to them to tell them? To say, hey, listen, you know what? I saw where I could still get that done, but shorten that. And all, then they may, okay, well, that's good. That's good because see, you just added time back to the clock where we can get something else done rather than you just doing what you want to do and not doing what they asked you to do without talking to them. That's when it becomes defiancy. That's when it's you just gonna take control over something. You just can't take control over folks' stuff. You just can't do that. This is God's world. You just can't take control over this man's stuff. You just can't tell him how he gonna do. He left instructions called the Bible that tells us what we're to do. And it's principles of how we can have victory. And you nor Delphine can change that. No matter how much we want to, you will find yourself in hell on earth. Not just dying and going there, but I'm talking about hell on earth. I hate it there. I hate hell on earth. And I don't want to go there in the afterlife either. I hate hell on earth. I don't like the way it feels, y'all. I don't like not having peace. I don't like being tormented. I don't like it. I like free access to things. I like blessings. I like feeling the presence of God. I like it. I like it. I don't like my body being controlled by things. I don't like that. That's why I don't like controlled substances. Listen to what it says. Pay attention to words. And I told y'all vocabulary is everything. Most people fail because they don't listen. The instruction can be given, but they won't listen. It is a controlled substance. It controls who? You. You are controlled by a substance. You're no longer controlled by the spirit. You're no longer controlled by your thoughts, but you are controlled by the substance. What does the substance consist of? Whatever they want it to consist of. When they start brewing things together, remember the song when you were little in school when they had, I got magic, alakazam, kazoo. Remember that? I stir it in my witch's brew. When they make this stuff, it depends on what they have in them that they want to come out of it. I'm going to put this right here in it because it'll make hallucinations. I'm going to put this right here in it because it'll cause them to lose weight. I'm going to put this right here in it because it will eventually stop the heart. Notice what it's doing. It is being composed of what they want it to do. That's why it's a controlled substance. I don't want it. I don't want it. If I'm going to be controlled by anything, I'd rather be controlled by a sovereign God, and he don't even control me. When you look at it, God don't control you. If he did, you wouldn't have a choice. If God controlled you, you would not be not participating in something that is a team effort. You're not participating because you have free of choice. But when you decide to take a freedom of choice, at least be courteous to the people. And integral enough to the people in the team to tell them, I'm gonna sit this one out, or I'm gonna go on in the transfer portal, because I don't do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go to the transfer portal and find a team that do not fast, because there are teams that do not fast, y'all. There are churches that do not fast. And that is the reason why they only have momentary flicks of God, just momentary flicks. It's not a continual steady stream. I'm after a continual steady stream. I want God every day. I don't just want God on Sundays. No. I want God every day. I need his presence every day. Every day. I believe hell operates every day, so why can't God? I don't think the enemy takes a day off. Why should God? Why should God? Some situations and some circumstances will prohibit. There are medical situations. Yeah, I can get it. I can get that. Yeah, I can get that. But guess what? In 25 days of working to commit yourself, you probably will see some of the medical situations go to hell. Just being honest with you. Because you're devoting yourself to God. See, you don't give God a chance. You have to give God a chance to do what he do. You have to give God a chance to be who he is. Hebrews says this right here. He that comes to God must first believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Check the steps out. You got to first believe. And then you've got to know that God is a rewarder of them. That means you've got to do something. How can God fix anything and you won't let him? The first break you get, I got to do that. First break, you caving in. So who knows what the 25 days would do? Who knows that the 25 days could have been the deliverance that your child needs? Huh? Who knows that the 25 days could be the breakthrough that your family need? You ain't committed to do it. You ain't committed to do it. Yeah, married people, I get it. Got spouses, they may not want to hold the 25 days. You know what I'm saying? They want sex, but really, to be honest with you, this fast right here was from 6 a.m. to 3 o'clock with nothing but water. After 3 o'clock, you could eat. And so I hope you screw them before 6 that next morning. So you could slide it in. See, it's all about having the wisdom of things. It's all about knowing what to do and how to do it. See, I don't play with this, y'all. If you're looking for somebody that play, I'm not your girl. I'm just not her, period. I've got too much time in this. I've seen how serious it is. And I'm getting older every day. I don't see no need to play with it. I ain't 20 no more. Thinking I can be 40, 50, thinking that 40 and 50 is old. I'm at that age now. No. I want to see some breakthroughs. I want to see some deliverances. I want to see the power of God. I want to see the favor and the blessings of God. I want to see some miracles. And all of that comes from being committed. All of that comes from being submitted. The world owes you nothing. And it doesn't care anything about you. It doesn't care anything about you. It will use you to kill you. The unsurrendered parts of you will kill you. The unsurrendered parts of you will kill you. Literally. 3 times. The unsurrendered parts of you will kill you. Everything about me that I haven't surrendered is my enemy. If I haven't surrendered my mouth my enemy. If I haven't surrendered my mind will be my enemy. If I haven't surrendered my emotions will be my enemy. If I haven't surrendered my body will be my enemy. If I haven't surrendered my money, my finances will be my enemy. Everything that is not surrendered will be an enemy. It will be what will be used against me. This is real. It's real. It's real. You're going to see it in 2024. If you've been playing, and sure enough, if you've been riding my coattail, and you ain't really got serious about this, you're going to see it in 2024. You're going to see it. I'm telling you. You're going to see it. You're going to say she sure told us. You're going to see it. 1 Samuel chapter 3. It's about Samuel. As again, I told y'all that's Hannah's son. One she prayed for. She believed God for him. She had to believe God. But she had to get in alignment for some things. She had to take her butt to that temple. She had to get on that face in order to see God come through with a miracle. With a miracle. It's a sad thing if you need miracles, but you would not do the necessary things to get them. It's a sad thing. I would hate for me to be in a situation and need God to do a miracle for me, and God, I've told God, please don't put it on them. Please put it on somebody that will fast or somebody that will do what they need. They'll let me die. They ain't even got no control over hamburger meat. They ain't gonna stand. Not willing to sacrifice. Hannah walked up in there, sacrificed. Penina. Some people call it Penina. Whichever way you want to say it. I say Penina. I'm probably not saying it right. Don't matter to me. You know the chick whose name started with the P that was picking at Hannah. She's picking at this girl. But this girl said, look, beyond all of that, beyond every bit of that, it's something that I need from God. She went to the temple, began to pray, hit her knees, got on her face in there. So to the point she's weeping and wailing and travailing. So to the point that the priest thought, Hannah, are you drunk? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Are you taken too much wine? Because she was just that persistent about what it was that she wanted. And I'm a dog if the chick didn't score. The chick scored. And not only did she score a son, she scored a prophet. Her son's name is literally still written in the Lamb's Book of Life. It's written in the Bible to which we live by, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel. That's her child. That is this woman's child, this woman that was without child, this woman that was bearing, but now this is her child because she was willing to do what needed to be done. Man, God, please, you ain't even willing to fast for your children's breakthrough. You're not even, get out of here, man. Hey, bye. You're not even willing to fast to see God do some things for your children. You know, this woman literally put herself in a position to pray for a child. Do you not understand the things that are against our kids right now? Even the grown kids that we have, you know, do you not know the things that are against them, that are trying to battle against them? To fight against them? Do you know that there are some things that life is just going to happen to them because it happens to everybody? But if we have been standing on guard, we'll be able to be there for them to navigate through it because Mama prayed for me. Mama was already in prayer for me. Prayer is preventative. Please know that about prayer. Prayer is preventative. Prayer can stop some stuff before it even happens. That's why you hear me saying I cancel the assignments of the enemy. The contracts that he had put out, I cancel them and stamp them null and void. That means before they can even happen, don't even allow them to manifest in the earth. He can't even come that way now because the contract done been put null and void. It can be stopped. Why wait till something to happen before you pray? Why not pray before it comes to pass? You should already know what the enemy wants to do. What does he want to do with a mind? He want to run it crazy. What do he want to do with emotions? He want them running wild, and he likes for emotions to literally be caught up in misunderstandings. That's where misunderstandings are birthed out of emotions. You got the wrong feeling based off of what the person said, and now it's a misunderstanding. See, like all the stuff that I've been saying just now, you can bet somebody's struggling with it in a misunderstanding context because they allow their emotions, and their emotions is getting it because they haven't been consecrating themselves like they should. Because if you consecrate it, you will hear it from the spirit realm of where it's coming from. That's literally developing you, making the muscles stronger so that you're able to stand. And so he hits in the emotional realm. So you will already know what this joker wants to do. He wants to hit you in the financial realm. Why? Because he doesn't want you to be a giver. Everything that you give causes things to be given back to you. So he doesn't want you to be a giver. He doesn't want you to sow. No, he don't want you to do that. He wants you to eat up all your seed, because when you eat all your seed cannot grow on the inside of you. Seed has to be placed into the ground and die. Then it releases a harvest, but it cannot, when I'm sitting there eating it all for myself, I just got it myself. All it's going to do inside of me is cause me to swell, and I'm going to swell with my own bowels, my own feces. Why? Because that's what I've done. I've taken in and ate my own feces. When you do not give, when you do not release, that means you're eating your own feces, your own substance. You might as well reach down and grab your boo-boo and just start eating it, because that's what happens, and it swells you on the inside. Some things are designed to be released. That's the reason why you have exits, in order to release some things. So you should know the strategy of what he wants to do. You should see he doesn't want my spiritual. He don't want me to spiritually develop, because if I spiritually develop, that means I get closer to God. You should know these tactics of what it is that he is trying to do. It hasn't changed. It's been the same since the beginning of time. The Bible tells us nothing's new under the sun, y'all. You should know what he's trying to do. Stop him from doing it. Cancel those contracts. Cancel those assignments. Some things that you can't, when you pray about certain things concerning people, there are some things that we won't be able to stop because there are development that everybody have to go through. But guess what you can do? Father, teach them in mercy. Teach them with grace. That's how you pray. Whatever it is that they have to deal with because they have to learn. Muscles have to be developed. They've got to bench press for themselves. I can't bench press for Labrisha, Justin, and Quinn. Their muscles have to be developed by what they bench press. I can only develop by what I bench press. So I can't stop that. But what I can do is I can say, Father, the things that they have to endure, teach them and train them with mercy and with grace as they go through these things. Cause their eyes to look upon you and for them to see you as a way of escape. See, that's praying and call pretty preventative things before things can happen, not waiting until the things happen and then want to go into prayer about it. No. Prayer is preventative if you use it like that. If you use it like that. God, don't let my child die at a young age. Cause my child to live and get old and to have a flourishing life, to have a full, fulfilled life. See, you just prevented something. You just prevented a car wreck that could have came at 25 and took their life. See, prayer is preventative. I'm trying to tell y'all. This stuff is serious. It's real. It's real. There's more to it. That's why you don't play with it. You don't play with it. You'll get time to play. God ain't took my sense of humor from me. God allows me to laugh, to smile, and all kinds of stuff. God won't take it. But there is an element of knowing the seriousness of things and how things have to flow. Samuel, again. It's Hannah's boy. 1 Samuel chapter 3. It says, and the child Samuel, verse 1, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. His mama was in the presence of Eli. Now he's in the presence of Eli, the priest. Talk about blessings. Now I'm going to stop right there for a second just to show y'all something. Talk about blessings. See, some of y'all hooves me. Hannah was with Eli. Eli was the one that saw her in the temple and considered, was she drunk? Now her son is with Eli. Not only did she allow herself to be impacted, but she allowed her kid to be impacted. I watch people in the way they do things. I watch them. I'm not released. I'm not ready yet to release what I'm not ready, because if I do that, it's gonna mess up a few of y'all. So I'm not even gonna release it, because you're guilty, and it will mess you up. And I don't want to do that right now. I think I done hit you enough with what I done hit you with so far. But I'm coming. Just know that. I'm coming with something. I'm going to show y'all something about what you do with your kids and how you are a hindrance to them with God. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I want you to just take note that this woman did not hinder her kid with God. I just want you to take note, if I don't show you nothing else today, I want you to take note that this woman did not hinder her kid with God. Neither did this woman try to be God in her kid life either. Okay, you gonna do it? I mean, I'm not gonna give y'all all the full details, but I'm gonna show y'all to highlight that so you see it. The child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. Now Eli was the same priest his mama had. 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 She did not try to hinder her boy. Once she weaned her boy, she took him to Eli. Once she weaned her boy, she took him to Eli. I'm going to say it again. I can show you in the scriptures. Y'all want me to run it down? Just ask me to. I'll run it down and show you in the word. She weaned that boy and took him to Eli. You can't want to be free and leave your children in bondage. It's a family affair. Train your children, even if they're grown, and you got access to them, and they after your money. They coming to you still wanting your money. They coming to you still needing you for stuff. You ain't finished training yet. And if you come to me, ask mine what I told them. You come to me want my stuff, I'm still training, buddy. You finna listen to this. Evidently, I didn't train. I had to apologize to my kids because I didn't train my kids because a lot of it I didn't know to train them. So I missed a lot of it. I sure did, and I'm not ashamed to tell it. I'll tell it so you can be free. I missed a lot of it. I didn't know because it wasn't done for me, so I did not train my children. I raised my children, but I did not train my children. There is a difference in raising and training. Raising children means you done the necessary thing that it was to watch over them, to make sure they had lights, they had water and all. When you train them, that means you taught them things. You taught them how to live in life. I didn't do much training, y'all. I didn't. I did not do much training, and I'm not embarrassed to tell you. I've apologized to my children too, because I did not do much training. It says train a child. It didn't tell us to raise them, but we've gotten caught up in raising. And so when you just raise a child, that's why they keep messing with you and they 30 years old, they 35 years old, they still want your money. They still up under you because you did not train. You just raised. Hannah trained. Took him to Eli, dropped him off. Train him to be who he need to be. That's a righteous mother right there. Because see, a righteous mother will get out the way and take a son to a man and let him train him. An unrighteous mama, don't touch my boy. Leave my boy alone. Don't talk to my boy like that. Have my boy doing that. Or, an unrighteous mama gonna get in the way. You being too tough on him. I don't like you talking to him like that. Mm-hmm. And then wondering why he 30 years old still calling you for money. Why? Why is you still got to do all that stuff? And you think it's cute. I seen the other day where a girl was saying she's finna start therapy. I think her kids is 11 and 10. She said, I'm fixing to go ahead and put myself in therapy, y'all. Because the more my kids growing up, the harder it's becoming on me. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself in therapy. I felt sorry for her. I felt like she was sick in the brain, if you want to know the truth. I think she's sick in the brain. I ain't had no problem with telling her, because me and her talk. You sick in the brain. You need to go to therapy, but it ain't about that. What are you planning on doing for them? You mean to tell me you would take them folks' life like that? With no remorse? What's wrong with you? Well, I didn't see it as that. Well, that's what it is. So I guess it's true what they say. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. Because that's sure what some mammies doing. Not mothers. Taking them out. If they still get your money, you still got to do all this bailing them out, you ain't done training. And I would encourage you to start training correctly. It sounds harsh, but it's real. I've had to do some real things with my children. Son, I want my money back. And he looked crazy. And I looked crazy right back while I got my hand extended for my money back. Son, I want my money back. A couple weeks ago, I bought Fussy some compression hoses. He needed them standing on his feet over there at that job. Some compression hoses and some soles to go inside his shoes. Son, I want my money back. That Monday, I hadn't got my cash out. I went in, I said, hey, what did I tell you about my money? I said it just like that. That cash app came right on through. I ain't playing. I'm training you integrity, boy. You gonna pay people back. I ain't got nothing to give you. Some folk would say, that's not how parenting is supposed to be. You weak. You're not whole somewhere. That's why you think like that. Maybe yours didn't do it for you, so you got this hole inside of you that you're trying to overcompensate for. But you better get them ready for what's out here for real. Because if you think this world cutting them some slack, you out your mind. It's coming harder. The drugs is getting harder and everything. You better pay attention. Local people right here in Opp, I think they found some dope in the middle school, a couple weeks ago? The middle school. You gotta train you some soldiers. Cause that baby it ain't gonna cut it. And the child, Samuel, ministered unto the Lord before Eli. I told y'all, if I don't give you nothing else, I done hit you with the flex with a good bet. Get out the way. You can even look at Ruth and Naomi if you want to. Ruth told Naomi, she said, your God will be my God. And stayed with her. Oprah turned and left off. Ruth received a tremendous blessing just for staying. This is what Hannah did with her son. She said, hey, Eli is my priest, he your priest. See, a lot of that goes, all of that ties into how you believe in what you are a part of. If you really believe in what you are a part of, then it becomes a corporate thing. It's something that my family is under this umbrella. It's not just me. Well, what if my family don't wanna come? The ones that's lost probably are not gonna want to come. But guess what? If they see your due diligence and they see how you literally stay tenacious and you are developing, when they decide to come, that'll be the place they consider because they've saw you. It's all about how you move in front of them. It's all about how you do things in front of them. But if they hear you putting your mouth on the people that you're supposed to be in fellowship with, no, they're not. If they come out their mouth with slick stuff about some of the people you in fellowship with, even against your pastor or what have you, and you dummy down and all, no, they're not going to have no respect for it. It's all about togetherness, y'all, whether you like it or not. Some of you are so used to being separated that you don't understand togetherness. You've created a world of your own, so you do not understand togetherness. You do not understand team. You do not understand unity because you've been so isolated behind your own walls, so you do not get it. Who wants to walk? I'm about to ask a question that you can answer. Who wants to walk in heaven and leave their children out to go to hell? Leave their family to go to hell? Who wants to do that? If you do, tell the truth about it. Y'all know this is a truth. You can be honest here.
Not me.
Me either. Anybody else? Who wants to go? Who wants to go to heaven, leave your family, and let them go to hell?
No, ma'am.
So, you've gotten access and some key components to heaven. Right or wrong, those of y'all that's under my voice, you've gotten some key components, you know. You have been afforded to make Jesus your Lord, right or wrong.
Correct.
All right, I got one correct.
Right.
Okay.
Right, correct.
All right. Got to know. Okay. You've been afforded to get in. Why would you get in and not do what needs to be done that will make way for them to get in? Anybody want to make that make sense to me?
Being defiant.
But you say you love
Not doing
them.
what you're supposed to do.
You say you love them.
But still, people can be defiant and not doing what they're supposed to do. There's no excuse. You have a choice, either go right or go left. So when you go left, you're being defiant, not doing what you're supposed to do because you know what you're supposed to do or should be doing.
Right. But check this out. But you say you love them.
You say
it'll never make sense. So
You don't.
I'm guilty.
Selfishness.
You say you love them, though. I want to talk about that for a second. You say you love them,
Right.
but you're not even willing to sacrifice for them. But you say you love them. See, most people, especially parents, they are only willing to sacrifice for a light bill, for a house payment, they're only willing to sacrifice for things that make them look good. They're not willing to really lay down for anything else. That's why you hear them always harping on, I kept lights on and I kept food on the table and all. But what did you do for me spiritually? What did you train me? You raised me. You didn't train me. You did all of that, but I was still broken. You did all of that, but you never talked to me. You did majority of that so you wouldn't look bad among your peers.
I think this shows our true level of spiritual maturity for a lot of us that think we have arrived and we haven't. We're being exposed, and this is nothing but the truth. We raised and then trained, and a lot of the things I couldn't even see to teach them because I wasn't even there. Like you say, you're attending church, and even if you got a position or whatever, but this is exposing our level of maturity, or should I say our level of immaturity, that we couldn't even pass on the right things to our children. But thank God, like you say, even if they're grown, we can instill some things in them now. We can, and we must.
If you still got an open door, and I can guarantee you still got an open door, because how many of y'all, your kids are still getting your money and all? Tell the truth about it. Your kids are still coming at you with wanting money. Some of them, huh?
Mine.
You still
Money
got,
or wanting something or needing something.
you still got opportunity to train. That means you have not completed the training. You still got opportunity to train. If you give them the money, make them pay you back. Make them pay you back. I want my money. Sign this contract.
That's where I'm at now, and I'm loving it.
Put a contract on them. You got such and such amount of days to get out of here. Because let me tell y'all something. Let me show you something just to give you an example. If you stand in a rented place and you got your children living with you, your grown children or what have you, and they living with you. And say, for instance, the Lord was to put you to rest, which means you pass on. Them people ain't going to let them folks stay there. If they do, they're going to have to get that stuff transferred over into their names or whatever, and they still going to have to pay that rent. They ain't going to let them people stay there because you gone. And they just say, well, you can stay here free because your mama gone. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to happen like that. So responsibility still is going to be knocking at their door. So what you trying to keep them from and you getting interfering in and staying in their business in, you really are being a hindrance to. Let them people get some responsibility. I want my money back. You signed this contract. I want my money. I said it to Fussy. He thought I was playing evidently. When I came back that second, when I had to say something that Monday, but then I realized I take that back. I recant that. He didn't think I was playing. I'm sorry, y'all. He didn't work that Friday, so I didn't get it that Friday. It was that Monday. When I said that time, because I said something that Friday, realized he wasn't at work. A lot of times they don't work. Then that Monday, when I said it, All my money, that cash out, right through that. Not playing. Not playing. See, I'm not an inadequate mother. And I'm not an inadequate person that feels like I need my children to fill voids that a man didn't fill. Or something a man didn't do. So you have to watch that. You'll be incest with your kids. Incest.
This
You
is
have
the
to
thing
watch
my
that.
dad always done. Made us pay for work and different stuff like that. And it seemed very confusing at the time, but all we was doing was building, like you said, integrity and independence. And I'm appreciative. The older I get, the more I'm like, dang, thank you, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Because we were persuaded some kind of way that we were supposed to just give them a lot of stuff. Just give them. And we put them in a mindset of thinking that things were supposed to just be given to them. The world ain't giving them nothing, y'all. They're not going on car lots getting stuff for free. Them folk want their money. If they don't get their money, they take their cars and then they sue you. They're not giving them nothing. But we've convinced ourselves because of the inadequacies that we have on the inside of us. And you have to tell the truth about yourself where you are. Because of the inadequacies that live on the inside of us, we are definitely messing up our next generation. Definitely messing them up. How is it that you can have so much of God and consider yourself to have so much of God, but you won't give that God to your children? You won't give that God to your children. Listen to this. Check this out right here. You will allow. I've made up. I hope my kids don't have to come back home. But if they do, they know it's just a temporary run. I give you a run with me. I believe in the 5-month rule. That's my thing. 5 is a number of grace. I believe in that. I believe you should give grace. That's 5. That means, hey, you have a 5. You know what I'm saying? 5. I stayed at my mama's house for 5 months when I had got divorced or what have you. If I have to stay with any of y'all, I'm not too above any of that. I pray that I can always have my own stuff, but you never know where life is going to take you. But if I ever have to stay with any of y'all, I pray that I only can stay, give me 5 months. Just give me 5 months. That's number of grace. Let me get myself together, because in 5 months, I should have me a plan and, and a purpose of what I'm going to do. So literally, all right. Now, if you are holding hostage, because that's what it is. There's a lot of parents do that type stuff because of inadequate areas. I've heard people say weird stuff, man. It's weird. What's my kids can always they don't have to go nowhere. They can stay here. What's wrong with you? Is something wrong with you? Something's wrong. Seriously, I don't bite my tongue with saying something's mentally wrong too. It's a mental problem. It is a mental problem that is a result of some type of emotional problem. Something's wrong. And you can handicap people. This is the kind of people who won't like this kind of stuff, and I don't care. It is the truth. You can handicap people. Do you know how? I know this personally because I have to deal with it, navigating people through it. Literally, where they were handicapped. Meaning, no thought pattern of their own. Couldn't make don't know how to make no decisions on their own. Afraid of everything. Afraid to make life choices. Life choices are things such as you deciding what vehicle you want, what college you want to go to if you're going to go to college, what home you're going to purchase, When are you going to start having kids? These are all life choices. And it is amazing that there are some grown people grown by age now, that struggle with these type decisions because they were handicapped. They were not granted an opportunity to learn to make decisions. Everything was done for them, how somebody else wanted it to be. You ever heard a little child say, I got it, I can do it myself? See, they're fighting for their independence, but when you won't let them do it, you take independence from them and you breed dependency. And you've literally just scarred a part of their heart. The part of their heart that literally wants to try on their own, you just scarred it. Because, see, I wanted to try to do something and you just told me no. Didn't even give me a chance. So you just scarred me to now where I don't want to have to do anything. I just look at you. Whenever it needs to be done, I look up at you because I'm in expectation for you to do it. Even if I cannot do it to your specifications, if I don't clean it as good as you want me to clean it, at least give me an opportunity to clean it. Now, you may go behind me and re-clean it, but please do it behind my back. Don't do it in my face. Because if you come and re-clean it in my face, depending on what your heart is saying at that time, it will do damage to me. If you come and re-clean it in my face and you got an attitude when you come and re-clean it, then what you just said to me is I ain't good enough. I can't do a good job. And I just thought that I gave it my all. Based on my level of understanding, I gave it my all. But you just came to me because you done learned the military way to tuck the sheets and all and how to iron them out flat. You just came to me and made what I did look as though it was nothing. So now you've just trampled my confidence level. Instead of waiting at least until I'm gone, and then you go do your military style, and I see it as enhancement. I don't see it as degrading, but I see it as enhancement. All of us have certain ways, the way we like for things to be. I'm like that. I'm like that in my place. There's certain ways I like for things to be. Period. I don't like my sheets wrinkled. If y'all, that's a pet peeve of mine. I'm serious. I like my sheets smooth. So, you pretty much, it's a way to do things because it can literally destroy a person. It's training. See, when you are raising, you'll go in there and raise hell about them not doing it right. But when you are training, you have grace. I rest my case. Any questions? Any comments?
This has been very encouraging and uplifting at the same time. An eye opener for sure. Plenty of things to reflect on. Plenty of things I can say I'm guilty on as well. But I thank God for the chance and opportunity to still yet finish the training where it need to be and continue to get training of my own to lead by example, to be a better example. God bless you.
Amen. Make sure that your God is their God. If your God is good enough for you, your God should be good enough for your children. Make sure y'all got the same God. Hannah made sure her and Samuel had the same God. Make sure y'all got the same God. Because they're watching you to see how you handle your God. You disrespect your pastor, they ain't going to have no respect for him either. You put your mouth on your place where you worship, they ain't going to have no respect for it either. You just allow anything to go, they ain't going to have no respect for it either. You just don't show up and don't, allow them to see you, make calls or something to say that you're not going to be in attendance or what have you. You setting an example. You setting an example. You complain about everything, that we got to be doing stuff all the time and we always with this and that. Well, the world keep you busy all the time. You ain't saying nothing about that. And it ain't even giving you life. It's trying to kill your life. But if you let them hear that right now, you're going to lose them. You ain't training them. You're not training them to love your God because you don't love it. You don't love it. I say this right here and I leave y'all with this right here. If you really have a love for your God and you really have a love for your pastors, for your leadership, when something kick off, your pastor should be the first one that your folks want to get to because they done heard you and they done saw you show so much enthusiasm in it. But if that is not the case, shake it fast. Watch yourself. You're a crook somewhere. You're a crook somewhere. You're a crook somewhere. Somewhere you two-faced it. Man, y'all listen here. I'm that one. That's all I can tell y'all. I'm that one. I wish I could tell the world this kind of stuff. I wish the Lord would put me on a platform where I'm sitting somewhere in front of the middle of the world and I'll tell the world this stuff that I'm saying to y'all to their faces too. Because I ain't scared. I promise on God I ain't scared. I gotta die one day anyway. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. It is the God in heaven truth. And it is the truth that makes you free. And when you expose things and when you show people where they at and what's actually going on the inside of us, it's either going to make you better or you going to leave. One of the two. One of the two. One of the two. And the ones that leave, they always expose themselves. Always expose themselves. It's always an exposure. And I pray that they'll leave before they can do any damage. Any questions, any comments? Anybody got anything? Anybody hear anything? What's up? All right, y'all ain't got anything. Father, I thank you for what you have allowed us to hear today. For the things that you have spoken today, I thank you for your word. I thank you for your truth. It is infallible, Father. I thank you for the hedge of protection and the blood covering that you would keep around me, Father. Allow me to stay here as long as you want me to do your will. Allow me to live and have breath in my body for as long as you want me to do your will. Don't allow me to suffer to the hand of the enemy, to the wicked one, and to the ones that do not want to adhere to what it is that you are saying, God. But Father, let me live and not die to declare the works of the Lord. Let me live out the full assignment, as Paul said, God. He said, listen, I have fought the good fight of faith. I have run my course. I don't want to stop until my course is done, God. But Father, I thank you for who you are and what it is that you do. I thank you for the awesomeness of your power, just the magnitude of your power and how great thou art, God. I thank you that you are the sovereign one. You're the King of kings. You're the King of glory. I thank you, Father. And Father, these words may have been challenging to some, and I make no apology for it. I pray that they'll change. That's what I pray. I pray that there will be some corrections and some changes even in me. I'm not above anybody. You working on me. Keep working, man. Get what you want. Get all the oil out of the olive, God. Doing what it is that you want done, Father. I thank you. I thank you. I bless you. I love you. I honor you. Allow this to be a wonderful and a beautiful day, a prosperous and a favorable day. Cause blessings to come in from the north, the south, the east, and the west, Father. Allow there to be abundance of harvest for seed to be sown, Father. Cause things to happen for us in the name of Jesus. Let every one of us, according to our acts of obedience and our kindness, be blessed and be favored in this season. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen, amen. All right, you good people, I love y'all. Have a wonderful and blessed day in Jesus' name.